Ruth French has had an amazing impact on our city and our orchestra. She has left such an incredible legacy.
She's one of the most gifted women that I have ever met.
I'm so inspired by her life's journey. When you have a teacher, they're kind of frozen in time as your teacher only. But over the years, I've really gotten to know Ruth as a full person. She started sharing a lot about her life, and it is so inspiring having seen her career.
I don't know if I've seen that photo.
You might not have. My mother started me on piano lessons when I was 5. I'd been playing the piano there, I guess, for 4 years already. And I just asked my mother if I could take violin lessons or learn to play it. We moved up to Presentation Academy and took lessons there.
She was a very natural talent and was swept up by a lot of famous teachers at that time. She studied at a lot of summer programs.
I was in the symphony. My teacher, Mr. Letzler, wanted me to audition for Mr. Whitney, who was the conductor then. I was amazed, but at 17 I got in. It never happened before. The very first rehearsal, Mr. Whitney told us that they were going to have to close the orchestra because of lack of money. I thought, I'll play one rehearsal and I'll be through. But that's when we got all that money from those programs to write the modern music.
The Louisville Orchestra then was the most advanced orchestra for commissioning new music and recording it on the planet. And she got to experience that during that very special golden era.
We had William Schumann come down here from Juilliard. He wrote Judith. Martha Graham came down here and danced. And that's the one that put us on records. We went to the White House and Carnegie Hall. It was a great experience to do all that. More than I realized when I was 17. Played 20 years after that.
Her music took her around this region, but also around the whole country, both with the orchestra and through her country music playing.
I was playing country music at that time for fun and for money.
Ruth French was a part of both worlds and understood no, this is music, now it's a fiddle. But she talked about going down and playing at the Grand Ole Opry, and her host was Audrey Williams, which was Hank Williams' de facto widow.
That's Lefty Frizzell.
Wow,
he was
awesome.
Right up there with Hank Williams.
Yeah. Was he nice?
Oh yeah, very, very. Mm-hmm. Flirty.
Yeah, sure.
When I was 24, I was still playing in the orchestra. One day I'd been out, and when I walked home, my mother told me that I'd gotten a phone call from a man named Robert French. I called him back, and he told me he was starting a school. That's how we got to know each other, and just gradually.
They had a very easygoing marriage. There was never any strife or argument that I remember. My father was focused on running the business. My mother was focused on teaching.
When I started teaching, I got 4 really good students at the same time. Barbara Meek, Carol Webb, who went on to the New York Philharmonic, Leanne Akers, and Hilda Robinson. That brought in students. Started with 3 and grew to 100 at one time.
She had a grandmother love kind of energy, and she was very gentle and kind with her words, but was also very motivating.
I think that's very important to be a friend to the child. I think they come in, they're probably scared too. And I think you have to just learn their personalities as much as you can. I never wanted to teach. I wanted to play, but I liked it a lot. Like the kids, I like everything about it. We took all our own savings and put it all into the school, and then over the years, the school paid us back.
You know, this used to be a house, right, a very, very long time ago, built in 1911. I think this is my mother when she was very young. That was not here before. The rooms are a little odd sometimes because maybe they were like, you know, maybe this was a master bedroom, right? And so there's like this weird arch in the middle of it for no obvious reason, and then there's a master bathroom. They turned what was originally a ballet studio into a workable set of music studios and a place where we could live as well. They started a particular style of school, which I think is very unusual today. This kind of school doesn't exist in a lot of places where you have a large number of teachers teaching private students under one roof.
Ruth had up to 90 students a week. A week. I think I have 50, and that's about all I can handle.
Every time I see her, it's really nice because she usually hears me play. I think she likes hearing me improve, and I like playing for her and seeing how she reacts.
Music is one of the last places you're going to find that unique relationship between student and teacher.
I have always loved playing the violin, but I never wanted to be a performer. Ruth was always a very kind teacher, and I remember her really caring about me beyond the violin. It is so inspiring having seen how long she taught and how many students she reached.
Well, my mom and I had discussed over a number of years what was going to happen to the school. And my mom became convinced that Sarah was an absolutely wonderful person to take it over, and she could not have been more right.
I knew it was time to retire, and so, you know, I'd been doing it now 67 years, and so I knew it was in good hands.
Such an honor to be able to continue a legacy and to build on something that has been here for 70 years as part of the community.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
We have grown in size to now be serving over 400 kids a week. We have kids coming from over 50 zip codes. We also have ages 3 to 83 here, so it's not just about young people.
I think Lamb has done an amazing job of broadening music education and investing heavily in ensuring that people who might not have access to great private instruction will have that resource.
I think it's also very much like the classical music tradition. You're taking this very long history, you're carrying on those traditions, those ideas, those values, but then you're adding to it, you're opening it up. One lifetime is not a very long time. I think we can do a lot more by building on those who came before us.
When you know that your students are making it and out there in the world doing it and remaining your friends, I think it gives you a feeling that you've done your part.